Good evening, ladies. How's it going? My name is Tyler Parker. I am the Chief Executive of Merlin Finance. This is a consulting series message for you. The recession is impending, and a lot of you, some of you maybe, are thinking about starting an OnlyFans. So I'm here to talk to you today about safety and profit within that space, if that's something that you're thinking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the title of this lecture is Starting an OnlyFans from the Perspective of Profit and Safety. Once again, my name is Tyler Raymond Parker. My qualifications are, like I stated, I'm the CEO of Merlin Finance, which is a finance company. I'm passionate about wealth creation of all types, financial analysis, marketing and management expertise, and pretty much the only thing that I do is help other people make money. Okay, so our agenda for today, number one is safety concerns. I want to make sure that we cover that first because that's most important. Subscriber demographics, subscriber psychographics. If you don't know what psychographics are, don't worry about that. I will explain that momentarily. Monetization, which is going to be a lot of numbers, but don't be afraid. I'll break them down. Creator experiences, content generation for beginners, and the creator mindset. So first you have to ask yourself this question, okay? If you would be okay telling your family that you have an OnlyFans, then you're probably okay. If you were to tell them that you had one and you would be ostracized from your community or maybe lose your job or something like that, then it's probably not a good idea for you to start one because your anonymity cannot be guaranteed. If someone finds out your identity and leaks it, then the word is out there. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, so number one on the agenda is safety concerns. What can go wrong? Let's just talk about three basic things that can go wrong. Stalking, sexual harassment, and doxing. Okay, so stalking, someone can digitally stalk you or physically stalk you. Some of your fans may become obsessed with you and they may try and find you or find you in real life. Sexual harassment, so some subscribers may become irate if you don't respond to their messages or answer their requests or do whatever they've requested of you. They can also dox you, so your identity may be released at scale, like your phone number, your home address, and things like that. So those are very critical safety pieces to address before we even get into anything. The first thing you should know is that OnlyFans corporate, they're not really gonna help you. I've heard too many stories about girls having experiences where they go to OnlyFans corporate only to be turned away and they basically don't do anything. But the law still applies in your life, so if you feel threatened in any way, you should absolutely go to the authorities. And if you can handle these risks or you're okay with taking these risks or you know how to mitigate these risks, then we can continue. And this may be something you'd be interested in. Okay, so your safety is your priority, number one, above all else. So your safety is not guaranteed. If you're being harassed by one of your subscribers, it is very unlikely that OnlyFans corporate will do something about it. Okay, so you have to take your safety into your own hands and make it a priority as you're making content and running your page. Number two, subscriber demographics. So who are these 130 million subscribers? Who are they? Pretty simple. The average subscriber is a 29-year-old married middle-class white male. Okay, women make up about 30% of the total subscriber base, and they have different reasons and motivations for subscribing, and we'll get into those with the subscriber psychographics, which we will cover momentarily. All right, here we are. So subscriber psychographics. What do subscribers want? So what is psychographics? Psychographics is essentially a mental profile of a particular group of people or a target market segment. In this case, we're talking about OnlyFans subscribers. So who are these subscribers? They can be broken down into three groups generally. You have women, single men, and married men. So women are typically watching with a partner and they're watching to educate themselves on, some aspect of their sexuality or other sexuality. Women are also taking cues from other women about what's trending, what's hot, what should they do, what should they not do. And they are the ones communicating more frequently via the chatting and emailing features of the OnlyFans platform. So if you're thinking like a business person, you can capitalize on that knowledge and thinking about, okay, well, I can cater to, building relationships with women, if they're maybe interested in other women, or, they just want to talk or whatever. You can use that to your advantage as a content creator. Single men, they are paying for personal experience with a creator, so they want to have that sense of intimacy and closeness. Some of them are looking for a girlfriend experience, also known as a GFE. What that requires and entails is messaging, DMing, you act like their girlfriend for one day for a set rate. So let's say, for one day you'll be someone's girlfriend, like texting girlfriend for $100. Right? So they pay you that $100, and that day you answer all their DMs, you send them cute little messages and selfies and stuff like that. Explicit content if that's a part of your deal. If it's not, make sure you're upfront about that. But yeah, single guys and sometimes married guys are looking for that. Also, the single guys typically have low interpersonal satisfaction, meaning that they're not really they don't have a girlfriend, they're not getting along with other people, so they're looking for that digital intimacy. Married men are actually the largest market segment of OnlyFans subscribers. They are enhancing their own masturbation, they're avoiding boredom, and they're relieving stress. Typically, they're viewing alone. So yeah, married guys are really the ones who are using the platform the most. Monetization. This is my favorite topic. How do we make that money? Let's go. So OnlyFans has monetized human connection on a grand scale. Make money from the attention that you give to others. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind from the very beginning. Like, you are selling your attention to subscribers who want to receive that attention and want to have an exclusive, intimate connection with you. So by the numbers, let's talk about them. OnlyFans corporate, they're bringing in $3 billion in total revenue per year. There's 2 million content creators, and that's $200 million that are paid out per month to all creators. All creators of content. They take a 20% cut, as does Fansly. That's to be expected in this industry. So let's break it down by the top content creators and then everyone else. So the top content creators are the top 1%. They're bringing in 33% of all the total money. So the numbers are there. The average 1% creator is bringing in $3,300 a month each, if you break down those numbers. So the top 10% accounts for also the top 1%. They're responsible for 73% of the total gross profits that are paid out by OnlyFans corporate. That amounts to $730 per month each. Obviously, there's some variation in there, but on the whole, if you were to segment that money to each of them, that's what you would come out to. Therefore, the rest of the 90% of the content creators are only getting about $30 per month. Okay, so the average content creator, if you're watching this lecture, you're probably just beginning. So most accounts either lose money or they make nothing. So for those making money, they're making about $250 a month, which equates to $3,000 a year. That does not include the costs of making that content, which we will get into momentarily. Okay, so let's break down some numbers. So the top content creators, this is a sample of 800 of the 20,000 top 1% accounts. So in this sample size, 700 creators made at least $5,000 a month. 10 creators made $12,000 a month, and 8 creators made between $20,000 and $60,000 per month. Once again, this is a small sample size. This is 800 of the 20,000 top 1% of the creators. So these numbers would be multiplied by 10. Okay. Average content creator. So this is likely where you're going to start, unless you have a large online following. So for the average girl, you're either make between $0 a month or $175 a month. This, once again, does not account for the cost of outfits, camera equipment, cosmetic maintenance, manicures, pedicures, things like that. So as you can see by the chart, most of the content creators are making absolutely nothing. and you start to get to like 25, 50, 75, all the way up to 175. Those are pretty small chunks of the overall creator population that are actually making money. That's not to say that they're turning a profit depending on their input costs, but that's how much they're making. Okay, so you need to think about that when you set your prices and where you want to place yourself. If you do not control costs, you will lose money. This goes in any business venture, any business practice, any financial calculation. You have to control your input costs. Whether you're in it for fun or a profit, you need to keep an eye on your expenses, okay? So let's think about that for a second. So let's focus on feet content, okay? So if you want to have a foot fetish page, you know that you're going to have to spend on your pedicures. You can have your subscribers pay for those pedicures, but at the end of the day, that is an input cost to run your page. If you wanted to specialize in, let's say, dirty feet, for example, and you don't want to have to pay for pedicures, you can do that because there's a target market for that. So you wouldn't have the input cost of the pedicures, so you save on that. You have a more niche market, so maybe you can jack up your prices, you know, have people pay a premium because they're getting something that they're not getting from anyone else. Just think about your input cost structure and where you want to position yourself. Okay, so let's talk about selling worn socks in two scenarios. This is a popular avenue for foot fetish creators. So scenario one, these are rough round numbers, okay? So scenario one, you purchase some socks, $5. You wear the socks for 3 days. That's called seasoning. You package your socks, $3 for packaging. You send the socks to a client. Let's say that costs $8. And you have a 30% markup on your sales. So that's $4. So your total price is $20. Your total profit is $4, okay? Now, scenario two, let's say you have the client send you socks through your Amazon wish list or whatever other wish list that you have. That's $0 input cost for you. You wear the socks for 3 days, you package the socks, that's $3 input cost, send the socks to the client, once again, that's $8. But now this time you can afford to charge a premium on your services. So let's say you have a 250% markup on this worn sock item. Why? Because this is a custom item given to you by the client. This is something that the client wanted from you, something that the client chose from you, and so you have that level of intimacy and connection that you can sell for a premium. So now you can price this same worn sock that took you these 3 days, had the same packaging and the same mailing, for a price of $30, where your total profit in this instance is $18. Okay, so the reason why this would be better, not only just from the profit perspective, but let's say you're in scenario one and you just buy a bunch of socks and you wear them and you're, holding them on the shelf for sale. You don't know if someone's going to want to buy that pair of socks. Maybe no one likes yellow this year. Maybe no one likes, whatever style that you got. So you could have a bunch of socks that you're carrying as inventory that's not getting turned over. Whereas if you have custom items sent by clients, you know this person will buy this pair of socks because that's part of the deal. They sent it to you, you'll wear them, you'll send it back to them, and you'll have a satisfied customer, and you're keeping your levels of inventory at a maintainable level. You're not, your average daily turnover of sales is a lot lower than it would be for carrying excess inventory. Monetization plans, so there's 3 basically levels or schemes that you can think about. There's intimacy, exclusivity, and wish list gifting. So with intimacy, what you're doing when you monetize that is you're selling your attention for money in your DMs. For example, with a girlfriend experience, you're posting makeupless selfies, you're being authentic, you're interacting with your fans. All those facets of intimacy come at a cost that you can charge for, and depending on how well you do, you can charge a premium for that. Exclusivity, this is what OnlyFans is all about, right? So let's say that you are a creator on TikTok, right? Well, you are selling exclusive content to your sexuality through OnlyFans, something that you're not doing through your TikTok presence. So you price yourself confidently. I would say no less than $10 a month. You can also sell additional content for tips. VIP tiers can run up to $100 to $200 a month. for those tiers of services. And higher tiers have, let's say, for example, longer videos, more personal content, Q&A sessions, maybe Skype sessions or something like that. But VIP tiers are definitely longer content, more robust content, and more subscriber-directed content. Wish list, I cannot say this, wish list gifting. Okay, so you're going to create a wish list for your subscribers. Some subscribers are going to gift you things like outfits or props to use during content sessions, and it is also acceptable practice to put everyday household goods that you need on your wish list, as well as like adoptables. Okay, so these are 3 ways that you can monetize your platform. It's not just about posting videos, it's not just about posting photos, but you need to think about selling intimacy, exclusivity, and getting what you need from your wish list through gifting. Okay, creator experiences. What is it like being an OnlyFans creator? So I'm going to respect your intelligence and assume that you know how to read. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to pause the video so that you can read each of these content statements from creators. Okay, and this is number 2. Go ahead and pause. This is number 3. Go ahead and pause. And this is number 4. Go ahead and pause. Okay, so you can see from those creator experiences, there's a vast array of things that you need to think about, and hopefully you have internalized what those content creators have said because you are a prospective content creator. So content generation for beginners, I'll make it extremely simple for you. 3 things sell consistently: feet pics, conversations, and eggplant emoji ratings. Yes. So you know how guys are always sending their eggplant emojis in your DMs? A lot of guys will pay to have you say what you think about their eggplant emoji, okay? So, you know, depending on how popular you are, depending on your personality, you know, like you can price that appropriately, maybe $5, $10, $15 per rating, whatever you want to do. Yeah, and guys will pay for that because guys will pay, guys will pay for you to walk around with a bread in your shoes and then sell them the crumbs. Okay, guys buy bath water that you've sat in. Guys will pretty much buy anything, but those are pretty popular. Okay, the creator mindset. Sex work is work. Sex work is work, okay? This is a business. So fans expect regular prompt engagement, and many creators compare OnlyFans to running a business. It's very true. You're gonna spend a lot of time on your phone answering messages. To be successful, it's gonna take a lot of time and attention on your content and also on your fans. Please don't forget that. Your fans are your shareholders. They are paying every month to see you succeed, and they want to know that you are responsive in when they're talking to you. You have to accept that people will save your photos and videos and share them online. Now, of course, every responsible OnlyFans page has a disclaimer at the bottom that says that I will prosecute you, I'll have a DACMA takedown, blah blah blah. That doesn't stop people from ripping off your content. So do not monetize your content only on photos and only on videos, okay? You need to monetize your content on interactivity, that exclusivity, that intimacy, that wish list gifting. Those are the core of what's going to drive your revenue. Because if someone rips off all of your photos and videos and that's all that you've got, then you're pretty much done because no one's going to pay for your content. But if they're paying for like girlfriend experiences or like one-on-one experiences, you can't rip that off, okay? And that's protected profit. So just to recap, 3 major points that I think are important if you don't remember anything else. Your safety is number 1. Your anonymity cannot be guaranteed. OnlyFans corporate will not have your back. Subscribers are generally 29-year-old white male married men with disposable income. So you know they have money to spend. go ahead and extract that from them with your content offerings that are worth their monetary sacrifice. And always, always, always remember to interact with your fans. You need to respond to your DMs. Do not leave your fans on red. They will not subscribe to you for very long. In summary, treat your OnlyFans journey as a business venture. Keep an eye on costs and do not go over budget. If you love what you do, your fans will want to support you. Answer your DMs and keep your personal safety and identity at the forefront of what you do. And remember to have fun. Okay, so here, I'm sorry in that the bottom couple references, my freaking face is in the way. I can't figure out how to make it not do that. But those are my reference sources for this content. So thank you very much. You know, it was a joy to make this presentation, this lecture. I'm available for individual consultations at $50 an hour for the first session and $25 an hour for any subsequent sessions. Once again, my name is Tyler Parker. My email's merlinfinance100@gmail.com. And I hope that this brought some value and insight to you on your journey and deciding what you're going to do. And if you're going to do it, all right, best of luck to you. Go get 'em, champ.